Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the Sustainability Track here on African Renaissance TV with me, Mohamed Dibaj.
Today's episode covers the sixth State in the Nations Forum, where His Excellency President Adam Barrow will deliver a presidential address on the theme supporting private action for public benefit. It is a one-day hybrid event, part of the Migration and the Sustainable Development in the Gambia project, expected to stretch from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. The pilot phase of the Migration and the Sustainable Development Project was incorporated from 2017 to 2018, during which a Gambia Diaspora strategy was developed and incorporated into the National Development Plan of the Gambia. The overall goal of the MSDG project is to enhance the role of the Gambian diaspora in the national development as the eighth region of the country.
Yes, and so we are here with a familiar face, a very familiar face here in the Gambia and abroad, and then so we are really happy to have you here, Singade.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege.
Yes, so my question would be, what are your reactions to the issue of the importance of a diaspora as far as this program is concerned, the MSDG program here in the Gambia?
Yeah, the issue of diasporans on this project is very significant because I'm one of them who lived here before. I settled in Europe, so being there, studied, have something that I can give back to the community, especially the young people. So my role in this project is more like um, youth empowerment, whereby I can support the youths who are very interested in music, who are interested in the music production, sound design, and sound engineering. So me coming back and then these people intervening into my project is helping a lot of youths to achieve their dreams and also to help a lot of youths from unemployment. People who have their, we have a lot of youths who have passion, but how can we transform that passion into profession? So that's the main goal on this project.
Yeah, I think so. So that is important. I think, and when you look at, especially in your industry, I mean, the arts industry, there are people that are outside over there, still in the diaspora. But what are some are there challenges that people are facing to coming back here or trying to link with the people here in the Gambia? Are there any challenges that they are facing that you think we are worth knowing?
Yeah, we have a lot of people like who are doing the same thing as me before, and most of them live in the diaspora. But we all have our ambitions and our goals. Me personally, since when I was in Gambia here, my career was not just about a musician. I have a lot of things in the house that I've been doing. So going back to Europe is an opportunity for me, whereby I'm a resident in Norway. I take the opportunity of that to study, knowing that one day this is what I wanted to do, and then there is no other place where I can benefit the people apart from the Gambia. So we have our different ambitions. Some are there, they wanted to stay. Some of us went there, we want to develop ourselves and come back and contribute to the national development. So
And sorry, that coming back is really beneficial to the Gambia, and then because we've seen those growths as far as the numbers are concerned. But then this program, like you can bear witness, is beyond the numbers as far as money is concerned. The impact is like you and your likes, the technical support you are providing to the locally based artists here, for instance, that is relevant.
yeah, very, very relevant because since the opening of the project so far, I have more than 50 registered members already. So from Monday to Sunday, it's like every day new faces are coming. And then it's not a project that's hidden, it's a project that is visible. People have been following up with the project on social media. And then the whole have seen the impact it is creating and the happiness it is creating in the face of the many youths who pass through. So let people watch out, and then I'm sure that there are more of this coming because this is the beginning. Now I tried, and now I already figure out what is really needed regarding this because they need this to avoid crimes, to avoid laziness, to avoid drug use, to avoid the illegal migrations. Because for me, when I started music, I didn't know it's going to turn to a career. And there are a lot of talents here, and there are a lot of young artists here who are based here, and they are making something out of it. So I want them to emulate those people, knowing that it's not all about Europe. If you have the chance to go to study in a legal way, it's fine. But I think it's high time we engage them so that they can know that you can make it here in the Gambia.
We can really make it here. And the Gambia, that was from Singate. Thank you for having you here on ARTV. Yes. Yes, so Mr. David, it's nice to have you to meet you to meet up with you again.
Thank you very much.
Sure,
Thank you very much.
So yeah, you were from the conference hall, and then we've seen the minister announce that the remittances for this year have rose to have decreased to a certain level, but then we are still at 7 million. It's still up to 712 million. So what is your reaction to that as a business personnel?
Well, thank you very much. I'm very much impressed that we have Gambians in the diaspora who are contributing towards the economy through remittances. And most of these remittances have gone through different ecosystem players in the financial sector, from the MTOs, and we have some Gambian MTOs who are equally benefiting from this. Aside Gambian MTOs, we also have financial service companies and bureaus who are also making payouts. So you realize that this 700 million US dollars is also creating a lot of jobs at different level, which we are very much impressed as GCCI, the Chamber of Commerce. And our perspective really is, how do we continue to encourage diasporas to put that 700 million into investments that will yet yield results, growth, and investment for the country.
That is important because I think that is in line with the GCCI's ambitions as an institution. So that is important. So what do you think? How do you think this number can increase further? Because we have seen a decrease from 2021 to 2022. But from post-COVID, what are some of the things that you think we need to do better to improve on these numbers?
Well, one of the things that we need to do is to give them more incentives to be able to send money, because the person sending money can keep that money in that country. But what is that incentives that the person is getting to be able to send that money to Gambia rather than keep it in Europe or US? Which is why we come into play to ensure that we're working with government to create the right incentives for them, but also to create the right environment and give them the right support, that when these incentives are gotten, they can be able to establish and grow businesses in the Gambia.
Yeah, that is important because if there is that high cost of sending money, it means that will not be able to, an encouragement for the people in the diaspora, and that is important because the, these remittances are contributing to a certain percentage to our economy. From the minister was saying, in fact, it's up to almost 80%. So that is important. So what are the final remarks to those?
Well, my final remarks is basically we have to collectively work as Gambians to encourage people in the diaspora, but equally not forgetting the indigenous Gambians who are actually living in Gambia and doing business in Gambia. And I think the support should be strategic and look at focus on both ends, and inshallah we can be able to drive private sector led growth and development in the Gambia. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yes, so we have another gentleman here. We want to know your reactions to having the diaspora and this project itself. People that are Gambians but they are still living outside, and their contributions are being recognized here. How important do you think this is as far as the Gambia is concerned?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Njundu Baji. I'm a business development expert.
I am also Baji.
Yeah, that's nice. So I'm a business development expert. I'm music business. I'm consultant. I think this diaspora project is timely and appropriate because it's all geared towards encouraging youth entrepreneurship and also encouraging investment in the country. So I think it's timely and so important for the Gambia.
So I think especially for a businessman or an entrepreneur someone who is oriented with a business and business development, I think, how do you think this is going to help local businesses, especially those that are not in the formal sector?
Actually, this is going to help the informal sector to formalize their businesses, and also it will help to unleash the potentials that we have in country in terms of talent, in terms of innovation, and even in terms of wealth creation and employment creation for the youth. For me to take an example of one like Singate Frikijo, who benefited from the project. As at now, he's doing a lot of contribution towards unleashing the talents of Gambian musicians, producers, promoters. So I think the project is really timely and then it's really impacting in terms of unleashing the potentials that we have.
The project is really timely and then it is impactful. I mean, because we are not just looking at the financial aspect of it, but then the technical support that the likes of Friki and all the fellows that are involved in this, that they are rendering to the Gambians is important. Like from here, we have seen different people showcase different materials and that they are selling, and then these are talents that are nurtured with the help of the diaspora. So
Exactly.
that is important.
Yeah, that is very important because it's creating a platform for our businesses that are purely into made in the Gambia production to showcase and to exhibit their products and also to build networks in terms of meeting new business partners and in fact trying to increase their horizon in terms of their line of trade.
That is indeed important. So thank you, Mr. Bagi. It's nice having you here on
Thank you.
African
It's a
Renaissance
pleasure. It's a
TV.
pleasure.
Yeah, so we are here with a gentleman, a skilled businessman. So what can you tell us about your product here?
Yeah, my name is Abdurrahman Bah, the founder of Bah Arts and Designs. We specialize in drawing, painting, and handmade craft. So what I'm holding here now, we call it string art, made out of nails and threads. Threads that the tailors use to make our clothes with.
So this is important. So how do you come to know about this? How do you come to learn about this? Is it something that you do locally here that you've learned locally, or is something that you've learned from the support of this program or any other program?
I was doing painting, paint and browse. So what there was a time I was sitting and then browsing through the internet. I saw a work like this called string art. So when I saw it, I went home and then tried my own style. So when I saw it on Facebook, the reaction was amazing. People appreciated it. So since then I kept going doing it. Yeah. So nobody
That
taught
is
me.
important.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
interesting. I mean, you have the skill to be able to look at something and then be able to have your ideas in it and then localize it. So that is important. Okay, so today here at this Diaspora conference, and they display most of these arts here. But where can people find you normally outside of here? Where are you located at?
Yeah, currently I'm working at home, name Kunku, and then they can reach me on our social media handles, which is Bah Arts and Designs, BAH Arts and Designs, and then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach me there, or you can reach me through my WhatsApp number 38381111, or meet me at home. Yeah, we work at home.
Okay, I'm sure people will love to, because these are really beautiful things that people would love to have. And then, but what is your nature of your market? Who is it? These are local people, or you deal with mostly with people, foreigners or tourists, for instance? Can you talk to us about
Yeah,
your market?
yeah. When we were doing the paintings, I was working at the monkey park with a friend who invited me there to work with him. So basically, we were just painting for tourists. But when COVID came, it put us out of business. So since then, when I went and then tried to do something that can attract local market, then I came across this. I said, "Yo, I can do this to attract people so that they can hang it in their homes, like wall clock, and we have mirrors also. So it's for local or international
Okay,
tourists.
so
Anyway,
you're
yeah.
available, whether local, internationally available. But okay, so a quick one. What can you tell about the youth? What can you talk to the youth about business? What is the importance of business? Because you've seen this. I mean, you were forced out of the market, but you are still able to kick on and then do your own businesses. So, what advice would you have for the youth out there as far as business is concerned?
Yeah, let them believe in what they are doing. Let them not just sit at the ghettos, bandabas, and sitting there waiting to go to Europe or so. They can make it here. Just get up and do something. You'll surely make it. Yeah.
Get up and do something, you will surely make it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
brother.
having. I've caught up here with a very good sister of mine, and then she will take us through what she have for us here today.
Thank you very much. My name is Khadija Tubaji. I am the founder and formulator of Dijas All Natural. So Dijas All Natural is a Gambian brand. So we promote responsible consumption, production, and environmental sustainability through the use of organic resources to produce cosmetics. So right here, you can see that we do handcrafted soaps from aloe vera, from the kojic, from shea butter, turmeric, and then also we use the shea butter to add value to it and then make it so presentable, smells nice. And then we also have the cocoa butter. These are all sour gels that are made by us. We also have varieties of oils and also lip balm.
So all these are made here locally in the Gambia.
Yes, they're actually
By
made in
by
the
you,
Gambia by me.
they're
Yes,
handmade
they're
products. Yeah.
they're handmade products. Yeah.
That's good. So how is the market for this?
Market is great because people are becoming aware and of the hazards that are involved in cosmetics. So every other person is now trying to go into the organics, make sure that whatever they put onto their skin is actually safe for use. So the market is okay.
The market is okay, and then the consumption is also increasing. So, but what message would you have for all the young girls over there that really aspire to become entrepreneurs?
All I can tell them is that we have resources in the Gambia. So all they need to do is endeavor, try to strive to ask questions, to do some other research. I mean, education is important, but also having skill work to couple up with whatever you are doing is also very important. So we are here, and then we also have an open door policy. If you're watching me right now and you're someone that you think you have passion for cosmetology, you can always call us on 20000989. We will be available to coach you.
Okay, I was going to ask how people can reach about it. So, do you have social media handles that people can reach
Yes,
out to you?
we do have social media handles on Facebook. You can just search Dijas All Natural Skin and Hair Care. If you're on TikTok, you can just search Dijas All Natural, and Instagram also Dijas All Natural.
Well, thank you for the time, and then I'm sure people will reach out, and then we'll be glad to roast to just anytime we need any of your products, and then we will gladly come to you. Waaw léegi tey tase naa fi ak sama benn client bu baax, and then yow wax ñu yaay kan, and then ak loo fi def.
asalaamaaleykum man la Fatou Lo waaye nit yi xamee ma si Fast Designs waaw tey tamit ñëwaat nañ fii si OIC building bi and ñu ngi fi ñëw as a vendor ñëw wan Gambien si lan lañ am muy Gambian made xam nga fii lañ ko cuubee fii lañ ko dogee fii lañ ko ñëwee te ñu ngi fi rek di ñëw pour jaay nit yi lu baax and then at the same time pour inspire young generation bi about what we are doing pour wan leen ne mun nañ ko make in the Gambia waaw moo tax tey ñu ñëw fii indi leen xaftaan yu nice yi rooba yi ak yooyu noonu shirts yaa ngi nii jackets yaa ngi nii tànn sa bu la neex la daal waaw
waaw loolu neex naa dégg loo xam ne fii daa is made in the Gambia fii lañ ko liggéey, and then fii lañ ko jaayee loolu baax na te yow ndaw nga si comme ñoo xam ne, and then am na people like ñoo xam ne use they are looking up to you dañ war a bëgg a comme ni so façon ñooñu daal loo am pour wax la ñoom rek si comme ñoo xam ne jigéen ñoo xam ne dañ bëgg a nekk comme ni yow bëgg a nekk ay business am yore seen business si boppa de ñu mun a jaay loolu mën a wax yow.
comme lu ma leen di wax rek always ne comme lu góor mun jigéen mun na lu ko raw cause ñeneen ñi ñu ngi foog ne comme jàng school bi continuer dem office nangam a nangam nekkut loolu rek dëgg la loolu it's part of it waaye tamit jàng métier moo amut fay jàng métier si boppam amut fay and at any age mun nga koo jàng te ding si make good use of it te mun nga si train yeneen ndaw parce que man am naa léegi ñaari nit yoo xam ne train maa ngi leen di train right now cause train naa suma rakay already so maa ngi train another ñaari nit so maa ngi sant yàlla te bëgg naa toog ba ubbi school boo xam ne youth si lay amee di leen di train ndaxte ku nekk jigéen bu nekk mu xam lan mooy value wam si dëkk bi si affaire yi liggéey ak yooyu noonu nga nekk an independent lady tomorrow waaw
waaw loolu am na solo waaye léegi suñu naa laaj yow est-ce que sax boo dooree nii am nga ñoo xam ne institution ñoo xam ne dañ la support nañ la di la jàngal some technical support wala financial support est-ce que am nga yooyu.
waaw depuis ma ubbi woon by 2019 ñu si laa commencé woon di dem ay trainings ak yooyu noonu maa ngi starté from Gaypa so def naa seen training bi nakuk also benefit naa fa Ministry of Trade also am nga sponsor nañ ma ak yeneen trainings da parce que lu gaay di wax jànga du wees loo mun am na ki nga soxla koo xam ne mu gën laa taxawu ekkati la pour lift la up still now ñu ngi jànga képp ku ñu bëgg a dimbale tamit mun nga ñu dimbale because of comme business bi slow boo xam ne waaye dañuy sant yàlla because of believe nañ ne luñ nekk di def Gambien si soxla nañ ko ñu jógee Gambia tamit soxla nañ ko so ku si mën a jàpp rek nga jàpp si because of ndawi réew mi la
waaw loolu am na solo waaye jërëjëf ak time boo am fi ñun ñu ngi ñaan pour sa business bi mën a dem si kanam and nga xam ne am ay jóori client nga xam ne ñun sax mën nañoo ñëw fii di jëndaale si yow loolu baax na daal waaye léegi balaa ñuy dem sa téléphone number wala loo xam ne comme nit ñi buñ buggee jokkoo ak yow naka lañ la amee.
waaw Fast Designs mu ngi located fële ne le London Corner si boori marché Ngalaw bi sun number mu ngi 7466461 7466461 moo nekk sun WhatsApp tamit sun Instagram bi Fast Designs Facebook Fast Designs TikTok Fast Designs.
Wow, Fast Design. I'm jërëjëf. Hello, yes, I'm caught up here with one of the keynotes, the Diaspora speakers here. What are your reactions to today's event?
My name is Veronica Njaikar, and I'm an associate professor in the School of Nursing at the University of Maryland in Baltimore. And I am here as the Diaspora keynote speaker at the 6th Stake in the Nation Forum.
Okay, so what is your role as a keynote speaker here today? What is the main goal of you being here as a keynote speaker?
Well, the keynote speaker, really, I talked about the interest of diasporas from my perspective. What I was charged to do was to talk about my contributions as an individual, which I articulated during my speech, as well as not only as an individual, but also through the two organizations that I co-founded. One of them I co-founded with Dr. Jara Jany, and the other one I founded in 2005, which is the Edward Jinjai Scholarship Fund. And then the second one is the Gambia Diaspora Experts Initiative Incorporated that I co-founded with Dr. Jara Jany in 2020.
All right, that's a good one. Yeah, so in today's program, we've had the talks and discussions on different things as far as diaspora is concerned, especially on the diaspora's voting. What are your reactions to that, especially on voting for, let's say, the next elections?
Yeah, I think it has taken a long time to get us here. We have a long way to go, but I think the structures are there to get it started. As we've talked about during the session, we need the political will to move it to the next level, and that is to make it happen. So I think it's about time that we do that.
That is indeed important. And then remittances are one of the main topics that we also talked about as far as this is concerned. And then we've seen the report from the representative of the governor that the figures are up to 712 million. And then that is still a reduction from the last ones. And then what are some of the things that you think we need to do better as state actors in the country to further increase this figure?
Well, I think the remittances are coming from the diaspora, right? So I think what we need in the country is really to see how the remittances that are brought to the country really translates to the national development activities. Because right now, as we pointed out, what is happening is that we have the remittances being used in other areas that are not really focused on national development. So we need to do that more, and we need to connect those activities to the remittances that are coming in to make a difference in national development.
For impact purposes, it should be aligned to the national development goals or the goals of the MSDG generally.
Yeah, there should be a way that we can actually do that. I think right now, the remittances are really for individuals and households, which I'm not minimizing that. That's critically important, because the reason why you have some people making it in the country is because of the remittances. But we need the point here, because we're talking about national development, we need to link the remittances to national development and not to individual development.
We need to link the remittances to national developments. And thank you for coming here. And then it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
So we are here again to talk about our reactions from the event of the day here today. When you look at what the discussions on the panelists had as far as voting of the diaspora is concerned, I mean, this has been a long overdue process, and then it has caused so much discomfort and worry. What are your reactions to that?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. My name is Demba Balde, obviously. I'm a part of the media as well, part of Gainako, obviously. I'm also a real estate broker. I'm in the US. I live in Seattle, so I'm on vacation here with my family. Yeah, so this is my second or third time attending this event, and every time we attend this event, diaspora voting discussions happens. But it was never practical. We believe that they've been overthinking it, right? There is no political will, because there are resources. And as I said earlier, my right has been violated as a citizen. If you can be registered in the Gambia, anywhere, you can be registered anywhere in the US as well. We have embassies in those countries, right? We have regions. You don't, as I mentioned in the speech, you don't go to villages to register every village. You consider the constituency level, and you invite people to come and register. You can do the same thing. You have embassies in almost every country. We can register that. And the diaspora, they talk about resources. The representative of the deputy chair talked about resources. Resources amounts to money, right? He denied the rate, right? But he talked about resources. They've been telling us they don't have enough resources. That means they don't have enough money. The diaspora, we can finance our own registration. We're willing to do that. I can tell you that for free. We're willing to do that because we finance these political parties here. Party supporters finance their political parties. The president, when he was standing in 2016, we paid for his deposit. We financed his campaign. They don't talk about that much. So it is a matter of will. The Gambian diasporas love this country. Remember, most of the people who left this country are some of the best and the brightest. They went to high school. They had good jobs. They went outside. They are educated. They want to come back and bring their skills back to this country. And this country is not welcoming it. And, we're not a threat to the government. We don't want their jobs. And that's what they're looking at. We don't want their jobs. We want these countries to progress. That's what we want. That's what we're working for. So that's why I think the IEC is overthinking the registration of voters. Yeah, it can easily be done, and they can engage us. We can come up with plans. We can come up with plans as to how to register the Gambian diaspora from one country to another, from one place to another. We can do that. But I mean, it's always, Gambia, it's very, very sad. And earlier on, I was going to even talk about GAIPA. and say, what can GAIPA do for me as an individual? I'm a real estate investor. I'm in the US. I want to bring my business back here. But this country is very, very risky in this business. Security, your capital investment, if you bring a car here, in 2 months, 3 months, the car is damaged because of the roads. What about security? Everything in this country, but when we talk, they say, oh, they're too loud, and they're against the government. That's not what it is. We are citizens of the Gambia. The Constitution says every Gambian, everywhere, every Gambian should be registered to vote. Finish. The rest of it is just,
So
why can't we come up with our own ideas?
Even those that are not here are still Gambians.
Absolutely.
But not to cut you short, I mean,
Yeah.
with all these problems and challenges that we are facing, what
Yes.
are some of the way forwards that you think we can do as a country?
We have to be honest to ourselves. And, individually, a lot of Gambians are very, very successful. Young, old, or women, we are very, very successful individuals. But collectively, our country is a failure. Collectively. If we go out here, you'll be sad. As individuals, we're very, very successful. We have our degrees, we have our businesses, we have money, but collectively, ñun yëpp luñ bokka mënuñ ko yóbbu ci kanam. And I don't know what the reason for. This room was full of talented people. But every year we meet here and then we discuss. And then we go back. With all the brilliant minds and all, implementation is our problem. And then you hear from government, they say, government is trying. Government is not hired to try. Government is hired to deliver. You know what I mean? Your delivery, your results would tell whether you try or not. I think we have a lot of solutions we can do. Gambians are willing to engage. We're willing to really come up with solutions. This is our country. You guys are all our brothers and our sisters. We have our homes here. We have our businesses here. We bring in money here. The remittances, 712 billion. Last year it was 760 something billion, and that is only the formal sector. What they capture through the money transfers. Now, when I was coming, they gave me money. Somebody gave me 5,000. Somebody gave me 10,000. You bring all that money.
The informal sector.
The informal sector is not accounted for. Exactly. And even you building your house, that is not necessarily captured.
There is also a case that people have always looked at this other option to say, okay, remittances generally in the Gambia, there is a cost to it that is very high. Like sending monies to this country is high. That is why people are trying to go that informal. What do you say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. The fees are high. The fees are high. But sometimes it's not even the problem. Sometimes when I send you money, you go pick it up, right? Where is that money? I mean, that's what we face as diasporas. A lot of people don't know that. So your family halis put you sample la nek. Right? So I would rather bring my own $10,000 and start my building. I'm building a place right now. I brought my own money and try to do it. Right?
So we need trust.
So we need trust.
Institutions
And I was going to talk about that. The young people in this room here, we lack basic trust, basic honesty. Basic honesty. Be honest. And life is a journey. You're going to get there. If you're 21 years old, 25 years old, you can only achieve so much. You're going to get there. But you have to be honest. Wherever you go in this world, you have to be honest. Be honest to yourself. We lack basic honesty in this country. And it's from top to bottom. And it's very, very, very sad. Then our hard need for 1 hour. You cannot even recall what they tell you because they keep repeating. So especially to the young people. But this country is going to change. The young people are not going to settle for anything less. They are going to demand that services be delivered. And that's what we're asking for. Outside, you see the standard of living. You want that for your country. You want for your people. You want your sisters to drive cars. You want your moms and all that to go to decent hospital. That's what we want. It's not that we're expecting anything to do. And they're not better than us. They're human beings like us. Some of us excel in the US or in the UK or other places. Why can't we do it here? So I appreciate you guys. You're doing a good job. The media is doing very, very well. Keep it up. I appreciate your time.
We really appreciate your
Thank
time
you.
for coming here
Keep
and
it
your
up.
contributions. And
Keep
we
it
are
up.
looking forward to a better Gambia together.
Keep it up. Absolutely. We all have a duty to make sure Gambia goes forward. It is our country.
Well, today, January 14th, marks the end of the Gambian Diaspora Month and also the end of the sixth Stake in the Nations Forum, in which remittances and diaspora participation in the national development of the Gambia were some of the key highlights. This was all we have for you in today's episode of the Sustainability Track. Until we come your way again, do watch out for more interesting episodes coming your way from the African Renaissance TV, and I have been your host, Mohamed Dibaji.